Hello guys, so it's finally time to talk about the fifth episode of the Musume, which introduces us to the mermaid, Mero. But a little about her later. I'm actually very surprised because I thought that we was in volume 3 already, but it turns out that the beginning of this is in volume 2, and then we now enter volume 3 in Japan. I looked at the next chapter and I'm really looking forward to next episode to see. I think they are called months or something. Basically, a special unit made up of monster girls to handle monster attacks. Good with some water. But and man, I'm really looking forward to it. Even for I think double will be what you call censored. Also, but let's get on with this review. Talking about the fifth episode, because it begins really funny because basically the three monster girls, Mia, Papi, and Centuria, they flee with Sue because they think that what you call Smith is gonna take her away, but they kind of forget to take Kimito Kurashi with them, or Darling. Let us just call him Darling. With them, which leads them to, shall I say, when Papi brings it up, them to having to hide, and Sue is kind of getting a little dehydrated, so Papi want to give her some water, but her hands isn't that good at opening stuff, so she spills it on herself, and Sue, who is dehydrated, basically leaps onto her, and let's just say yuri action. And yes, there is, if for people who have seen Yuri Kuma, there is that little flower lily. I think it's called a lily. Oh man, how I actually want to watch Yuri Kuma again. It had so good an opening. But enough about that. And man, oh yeah, Vincent. Oh man, and I like how those two, Centuria and Mia, after shall I say, Papi has basically been spoiled by Sue. How they are basically like, so if we are getting wet, he will come after us. Oh man, and it's so funny because when what you call Darling, he is out searching for them. He is encountering Meru, but he doesn't know she's a mermaid. He just thinks she's disabled because she runs on. Now I see why it looks different. I turned the camera the other way. Funny enough. Oh well, doesn't matter. Meru. Let's just say, she's basically coming down a steep road, and she kind of can't stop it. So, let's just say he stops it by using his body and getting her Opie smashed into his face, and he's like a soft airbag. And we see him and Meru coming rolling, and then basically, let's say Sue has already finished Centauria, and basically, let's say it like this: there's like a fighting, like they basically basically Mia stands ready to defend herself against Sue's attack, but when what she called Darling, he is when she sees him, he's basically Darling, and then yeah, let's say it like this: Sue finish her off, and yeah, that scene. If it hadn't been for something with Mero, which I will come in later, I would have used that as thumbnail. But basically, yeah, when they then returns, there's like a sign behind around Sue's neck: "Do not dehydrate," and they basically like she'll say because earlier there's been some workers that has fixed up what he calls Darlin's room, and he thought that was for Sue, but it turns out that it's for basically it turns out that it's for Meru, but and the way they found out is because when they ask Smith, she says like she does a lot of jobs. She does secure that the monster girls get a host family. She ensures that no one breaks the law. She handles the paperwork and another thing, but she don't want to handle like illegal species, or like species that isn't considered like host friendly. So she doesn't see slimes, and then she introduces Meru. And man, I really like how she interacts with let's say like with the Darling, because he's like holding her, and then her bra is coming off, and yeah, let's just say like this: her body looks very similar to Kasumi from Brunhilde of the Darkness. Best girl, by the way. Kasumi, not Mero. Papi and Sue is best girl, and you will know why when you have seen. I think that must be episode 9 if they keep up 2 chapters a week, because you can just. I will just say it like this: that will be the thumbnail of episode 9. And I don't care if there's other things happen, because that's what's gonna happen. But basically, yeah, he's basically seeing her, and Mia is super pissed because she's like, "You did that on purpose," and he says, "No, that's an accident." And Mero is telling him, "Yes, that's true, because our body is having some moisture, so we can be on land." And Mia sees, oh my god, she's being a bitch, because she's like, Sue is not a rival. I cannot recall what Centauria is, but it doesn't matter, because she's not even to be considered that, because nope, not. And Papi, she's just a child. So Mia is the only one that is, shall we say, the best girl considered to being Darlin's wife, and that is of course Mia's delusion, because we know that he prefers Papi and Sue. We know that. Of course we do. But man, she basically and she tries to get shall say down with basically make Mero suffer, but she even turns the what's called the air condition down to 9 degrees Celsius, and she's like, I'm sure she's soon gonna go down, but she forgets that the mermaids lives in the ocean, and oceans can be very cold, so they are kind of resistant to cold temperatures. and Mia, she's basically like going into hibernation. However, they cannot handle, let's say, extreme heats outside of water because they didn't dry out. And we, oh man, I really like the face she makes because, oh, actually, let's save about that because that's a little more, but interesting. So, but let's say she's basically about to dry out. So, what's it called? The darling is taking her to her bath so she can get some water, and Mia, she is trying to, what's it called, seduce him with her swimsuit, and I must say that is nice swimsuit, but nothing beats puppy. Nothing beats puppy, and yeah, let's say like this. Some stuff happens. Sue kind of pushes what's it called, Meru and Kintaro in the water, and yeah, from Mia's point of view, it seems like Mero is trying to take Darling away from her down into the water, so she jumps after him, but it's cold water, so she kind of, yeah, it's kind of bad for her because she is like a snake. However, yeah, it's almost, man, there's a scene like she's about to die, and I'm like, yeah, finally one of them bites the dust. But of course, Darling saves them and explains it. And Meru is explaining like what she wants, because Meru, she's freaking twisted. Because yeah, you should see just from the thumbnail, because I've taken the clean one. There is non-clean one where she's basically like looking at them and saying, "I'm definitely gonna," and then you can insert "rape you," because that's the face she makes. But basically, Meru is twisted because she is very, very much. She wants what's it called? A romance with that a mermaid, a little mermaid romance with Darling Kun, because yeah, let's say it like this. In case you don't know the original Mermaid story, she treats her boys so she can become human. But unless, and there's of course also a little detail, because if she can't get the guy to love her, then she will turn to foam, and that happens. That happens to her. Yeah, and that's the love Mero wants. She is very sick, Mero. And I must say, this episode, Sue is the star of this episode. Mero, oh well, she has that rape face, but else nothing. I must say that I'm looking more forward to next episode, because we're finally gonna see monsters. Oh, I cannot recall the unit, but that's gonna be so good. So I will see you in the next review, and have a good day, good night wherever you are, and cheers guys.